What's going on, guys? Big Black Ghana Man here. I'm going to be telling you about my journey so far, from winning my pro card to my last show in Spain, Bigman Pro weekend. I've put all my medals down and I'm going to show you what it's all about, guys. Let's go. Okay, guys, the last show I done was in 2020 October with two pros. I believe I placed second in my class, and I've done two classes actually. So I've done a novice class and I've done novice and beginner. So I think I placed second in novice and second in beginners as well. And obviously in the overalls I got smashed. I wasn't ready. Came back, spoke to my old coach, told him I needed to move on, and I joined Jamie Dorigo, where a lot of these medals he helped me to win, but that's a whole different story, so we'll get down to that. So it's come 2020, 2021, gyms are now open, but as soon as the gyms open, we went straight into Ramadan. In Ramadan, Jamie went in, we prepped hard, and I stayed in prep mode the whole time, so I never had a cheat meal during that month. And you know, we was doing a lot of charity work as well, so we never spent time sleeping as usually people be doing, especially if they're prepping and stuff like that as well. They'll probably be sleeping all day, and then their daytime becomes nighttime, where they'll go to the mosque, pray, and then finish, and then start eating from there. But literally we stayed strong throughout the whole month, trained always straight after the mosque, and then from there I'll just be eating all night until the morning, and that was it. So cut long story short, we've hit September, and it's like, okay mate, you're on, you know what I mean? I think we're ready for a show now. Where's the show? Where was it? It was a show in the field as well, somewhere in Bournemouth, so we had to stay in a hotel in Bournemouth, Dorset. And you know, long story short, we've done the show where I came first, then I won the overall as well, the sword, but I ain't bringing that sword out of the house. I left the sword at home, but I'll definitely get a picture of that and maybe we can fit it in. But yeah, I won that show clean, spoke to the judges as well and offered some feedback, Paul Crook. So I was like, look, what can I do? And he's like, look, everything's perfect. You know, maybe a little bit more on conditioning, but apart from that, don't get no bigger. You know, your back is perfect, your front is, you know, your chest could do with a bit of work, so is your delts, but that's more off-season type of work, but mainly just stay in condition. If you can get more condition, even better. Our next show was a Pro Qualifier, which I chose. It was in Italy, Amateur Olympia. Now, Amateur Olympia is 3 pro cards in the overall that you can win for each category. So we travelled down to Italy, but I say it like it was easy. I missed my flight on the day. Actually, I missed 2 flights on the day. Eventually, I got on the plane. We got out there. It was hard to get into the apartment. You know, there seemed to be a lot of stuff going wrong. I felt like my body was holding water, but I was sending Jamie regular pictures all the time. And he was like, mate, you're on. I'm like, oh, this guy's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about, but all right, I'm going to just follow whatever he said. Anyways, it's got to the morning of the show, sent him pictures, and he's like, mate, you look wicked. I'm looking at myself thinking, mate, you know what, we're in Italy, do you know what these look like? These Italians are about to wipe me out. The show was a little bit delayed because I think there was about 400 or 500 athletes there. So I travelled back, went home, lay down for a little bit, travelled back, met Cass out there as well. Cass is another British girl, she won her pro card out there as well in bikini. Met her, she saw me, she's like, mate, you're on, you know what I mean? You look really good. And her coach, my coach is her coach, so you know, there's a bit of mutual connection there. So I took off my top, told her to take some pictures. Again, everybody was going crazy, like, listen, you've won. What's the point of us being here? You have actually won. So anyway, they've called up men's physique, they told us to pump up. I pumped up for about 2 minutes. Jamie was like, don't pump up until literally the last kind of 5 minutes before the show. Don't wear yourself out. So I thought, you know what, let me wait for the last 2 minutes. Done the last 2 minutes, my body was like automatically pumped anyway, from the whole diet and everything we've been doing. Went to the stage, won my class pretty easy, come first in my class, so I won that. And then next was the overalls. Went to the overalls, we won that pretty easy as well, so as you can see the gold. Didn't give out no swords there, but I got my pro cards, so I was like, you know what, I'm happy with that. Then the promoters that were actually there, they were like, you know what, do you want to do the pro show? I was like, no, you're definitely doing a pro, a lot of swear words, like, you're definitely doing a pro show. So I was like, all right, cool. It's gonna be in about 5 hours. What do I do? He's like, all right, go home, get this amount of food and come back and just chill. Like, listen, you're gonna win the pro show. I'm like, okay, you know what, I might have to listen to it because it seems like he knows what he's talking about now. So it's gone home, got some food, whatever, come back straight away. Then like the pro show's been delayed till 8 PM. I was giving him regular updates, sending him regular pictures, and he's like, listen, don't worry about it, you're on. So the promoters actually came over to me as well and said, you know what, from what we can see, you're definitely going to do a lot of damage in the pro scene. Obviously that gave me confidence straight away. And my mate Marlon, who won a pro card as well, I spoke to him, I was like, you know what, let's just both do the pro show and just see how it goes. So he was like, fine. We both done it, so I actually came in a pro show, which was the Tsunami Pro Cup. So I got second in that show there. Terence, he's from Malaysia, I forgot his last name, Cal, I believe, something like that. So he came second, and my mate Marlon at the time, he came in 4th place. So that was good because we both just became pros and look what's just happened. So that was good for us. Came back to the UK, and then my mate Emil Walker, known him for years, you know, he's been in the pro scene a long time, but he took a little bit of a time off, you know, to spend a bit of time with his family, same as us. So he said, look, yeah, I'm with Omar. Omar's also been in the pro scene for a little while, gets stupid shredded, you know, freaky shredded. He's like, look, he's going to be joining us as well, we should build a little team and go out there. I thought, you know what, let's try it. I'm used to be by myself, I like being by myself, yeah, but I was like, you know what, let's try it, let's go and do this. So anyways, I get in with Emil, actually, and we go to the Yamamoto Pro Cup, and Emil was staying with Yusuf, I was staying by myself. So at the Yamamoto Pro Cup, I think we had Maz Ali for a judge, so that's this one here. I actually came in 5th place, because what we done is we actually, I believe we carved up too much, and I think my body couldn't handle that amount of carbs very quickly, and I don't shred so easy. So we came in 5th place, it was okay, but then we came away from that. Again, this is for a whole different video, but I changed coaches. So as I said, it's for a different video. A lot of people are always asking me, you know, I'm very respectful to Jamie because, you know, for a whole year he believed, he pushed me, and, you know, we got me the pro card, and we did get second in the Tsunami Cup as well, so we smashed it. But from the Yamamoto, I was feeling a different type of way, so obviously we made a move. Now I was with Titan, and the next show after that was, I believe, was Prague, which I think was about 2 or 3 weeks after the Yamamoto Pro Show. Actually, I think it was 14 days exactly. So we've come back, and now me, Emil, and Omar, we're a team now. So everywhere we were going, we were staying in the same house. We made a WhatsApp group, so we were sharing videos, pushing each other, encouraging each other. So in the Prague show, where did I come? I believe I came 3rd in the Prague show, so that was good. Titan brought my conditioning back as much as he could. I think, and the thing about the Prague show is that we only found out on a Wednesday. My mate again, Scott Irish, my boy, like messaged me on a Wednesday, said, oh, you know, they've just released a list for Prague and your name's on the list. I'm like, my name can't be on the list because I'm waiting specifically to do Romania show. And he's like, Jeff, your name's on the list, you need to find out, otherwise you're gonna get a fine, whatever. I was like, wait, hold on, let me check. So literally, I checked, my name's on the list. I messaged my coach, coach, my name's on the list, like, what do we do? He's like, shit, listen, you're gonna have to go to that show because there's nothing you can do now. Your name's on the list. There's no way you can take it off now. We was, as far as I'm concerned, we was about 3 weeks out because we was waiting for the Romania show. So he was like, listen, get up, go to the gym, do some training, come back, do cardio. We're gonna have to go on low carb and just try and push as much as we can. We did it, it worked, and again, we came in 1st, so we smashed that. And then I believe a week after that was Romania, where we got 14th place. It was an interesting show, you know, well done to Alessandro Cavanova, he won the show. My boy Emil got 6th place, I got 14th, and Omar got 16th place. It was a nice lesson as well, you know, Andre Dihu, he was there, Furkan was there, there's a lot of new heads in the scene, they were there. It was just an interesting show, you know, we was happy to have taken part, and anyway, let's move on from that one. And then the next show was the Bigman Pro Show in Spain. As you can see, they went all out with the medal, and it's heavy as well. You do not want it to drop on your head by accident, or your foot actually, do you know what I mean? On a Tuesday, I looked my best. I was like, right, listen, I have got a chance to actually fight for top 3 for this show here. This was on a Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday comes and it's like my body stopped responding, but at this point, I ain't gonna lie, we was doing stupid amounts of cardio, we were doing too much cardio, we was on 0 carbs, which I feel like, and me and the coach agreed that it doesn't always work well for your body if you're on 0 carbs, especially the size that I am. Massive shock to the body, yeah, fair enough, and you know, you start to drop some weight, but then what starts happening is my body starts to hold water. Any little thing in my body holds water, so it started to hold a lot of water. So obviously we did what we had to do, got as much of the water as we can get out, and you know, my coach was right. From Thursday or Wednesday, he told me to stop training. He was like, look, stop training, your body's under too much stress. I can tell your body's under too much stress, stop training. Didn't listen to him, so I trained Wednesday, Thursday, obviously Friday we got the flight, and I trained about 2 hours before, you know, we got on the flight. I done weights and I done cardio. We got there, and when we started resting, my body started responding again. Everything just started getting better and better. The water started draining out. Saturday, again, the water started draining out, and there was a long evening as well because the registration didn't actually happen until about 11:30 p.m. So it was just a long day. We were missing meals. We expected to be asleep by like 9 o'clock, but you know, our plans were shot. But whatever the weather, my main thing is that my body was responding. So I had Omar and Emil looking at me every couple of hours, you know, doing bodybuilding posing and just making me pose and stuff like that. So that helped out quite a lot. We got a massage done there as well. Good support from my boys. My coach turned up as well at our apartment. He checked us out and he's like, look, we've done what we can. Let's just go out there, smash the show, go into off season, and we can fix whatever we need to fix. So we went, done the show. I felt that it went well, but when I got into the lineup, as you can see, my abs doesn't stand out strong. Less if you compare it to someone like Emil. It doesn't stand out strong, so I've got to force my abs to come out, you know, I have to kind of blow out, which is why I was happy that we was wearing a mask, so yeah, that means you don't have to smile then, innit? I could have just been blowing out, and that's what I was doing with the mask on. I pushed myself into 4th place. We was the top 4. We knew it was the top 4 from early. I believed, you know, I said to my coach, look, I feel like with the way I look compared to the other 3, I definitely think I'm going to be in 4th place, and I accept that as well because they actually do look good and they deserve to be in the position they're in. Whoever wins or whoever comes 1, 2 and 3. You know, I came 4th, Emil came 2nd. In my eyes, he should have won, but there you go. Omar came 7th as well, so that was a great end of year for us. So that was how many shows? 6 shows in 2.5 months. Emil's done 7 shows, and you best be sure that Emil is probably looking out for another show where he just turns up and just does whatever he does, do you know what I mean? He's got Duracell batteries inside of him, you know what I mean? So he just doesn't, you know, get energiness. The day before we flew back to the UK, we was in KFC sitting down, and you know what he actually said to me? He said, you are one of the you're one of the worst conditioned people on stage, but you're still placing, which means you have some serious potential. So he said, do not come back to the stage with that type of conditioning ever again. Go back and work. Do not come back with such bad conditioning. You've got the worst conditioning and you are placing top 5 in shows. So go and get to work. Now for me, that's one of the really things, because as harsh as it is, that's what you want to hear. You want to hear somebody tell you the truth so you can actually go back to work. You don't want people blowing smoke up your arse all the time like, hey man, you're doing well, you're top 5 and you look good and stuff like that. No, we don't want that. We want to be told the truth. We want to know where to improve, and we will go and make the improvements. So hearing that from Michael, getting the judges' feedback from Maz, and he's like, you know what, I kept on closing, like when I was posing, instead of being open, because I had to crunch down on my abs, then I would close off my whole chest, And you know, he's like, you know, you literally took the details away from your body, and he's like, you got a nice big structure, so when you're upright it looks really good, but when you close off you just literally mess up the whole structure. So for me, conditioning is a big thing. Number one, getting the abs out to just be outstandingly normal, and obliques is number two, and then obviously my upper chest, fill that up, and delts, get them popping. That's another big thing. So I believe we'll be able to get that done in 6 months, all that stuff, no problem. And then literally come back to the stage 2022 with my guys and dominate the stage and qualify for Olympia. That's what we want to do. So this year, next year Olympia, which is going to be in December, I can guarantee you're going to be seeing a lot of people from the UK and a lot of people from Europe on that stage. It's going to be a game changer, and I guarantee from now you won't be able to predict who's going to be the winner, because I'm going to throw it out there now, it's not going to be the same person who won it last year. I guarantee you, I promise you, with the work that we are doing now and we're going to be doing up until the show, yeah, it's going to be different. So my Instagram is Big Black Ghana Man, and my Facebook is jEFFREY Darko, I believe, or Big Black Ghana Man. I think any one of them two leads you to the same place. And my YouTube is jEFFREY Darko Official. So obviously we'll drop all of them at the bottom of the page. So always make sure you like, subscribe, share. Guys, make sure you drop comments. I always like comments as well, whether they're good or whether they're bad. Drop them so at least we know what direction to take. And anything you want to see, some stuff that you don't understand, or if you just want to understand some stuff yourself, DM me, I'll share anything with you guys. And guys, make sure you check out Heart is Weird as well. He's on Instagram, or Heart McGrath on YouTube. He's been pushing me, Emil and Omar out there quite a lot throughout our shows. He's been very supportive to the men's physique scene, just as well as Tricky for Men's Physique Update and Men's Physique News. They're the ones that are pushing us and our category out there so people get to know about us. So gotta thank them. So big thank you to them guys there, and keep doing what you're doing, and whatever you need from us, we'll support you. So yeah, make sure you check out them pages I just said, and yeah, drop me some comments and let me know how I'm getting on, and tell me if this video was actually good or bad, because I like to talk and maybe I overspoke. So yeah, let me know.